by Hashem and in history, what's 40 years? A split second. But to us, it's so much we can't wait. And that's parah. We don't know the secret of parah. When Hashem will appear with all His glory and He'll be kayim, v'zarakti aleichem mayim tahirim, like we have in this week's of torah of parshas parah, I'm going to sprinkle upon you the clear waters, utaharti mikotu maseichem imegolgul aleichem atayareschem, and I'm going to relieve you and purify you from all your tumais and all your yetzaharis, and you're going to be just like Adam Rishon was before the Chet. When that'll be, we don't know. So these are the two related items that if we want to let our intellect go wild, we have a red light. No, stop. Don't think into that. Where our minds are arrested. Stop. We have to have faith and we don't understand. We have to wait. And that's what a Jew is all about. A Jew has to wait. The more we learn halachos, the more we learn torah, the more we find out that the basics of Judaism, the basics of mitzvahs, are built on one principle: wait. There are many things which we can't enjoy, and we enjoy that not enjoying it because that's why we're Jews. Don't ever expect to eat chazer or anything or anything like that. But there are many things which are mutter to us, which are permissible to us. So in that, we are separated from the Goyim. Those permissible things that are permissible, we have to wait. They don't have to wait. We have to prepare it and wait and count days. And they don't. A guy doesn't have to wait. A guy can get up in the morning and open up his eyes, and he is in the, let's say, the Sheraton Hotel, and he pushes a button next to his bed, and the attendant comes in, breakfast in bed. He can have breakfast in bed as soon as he opens up his eyes, and he gets coffee with bacon or whatever he orders. A Jew gets up in the morning, he's hungry, just like Lavdo the Goyas, and he wants to eat. He can't eat. He has to eat nagelwasser. He has to wash his hands. He can't even touch food. Well, so he already washed his hands. He purified his hands. He has to go to daven. He has to make the necessary preparations before davening, and then go to daven. Tfilas shachris. And if he davens a good shachris, it's going to consume, if this word is applicable, at least an hour of his day. And then he comes back and he wants to eat. Can't eat. He can't just go over to the table and eat. He has to go over to the sink and see that his hands are dry, that the keli is kosher, that there are no cracks or in the keli. And then he has to wash his hands with tfilas yadayim. So then he wants to eat, no, he has to first make a maitzi. And by many erliche yid, that's not enough yet. They have to dip the maitzi in salt, and if there's no salt, if the balabuster forgot to put salt at the table, he's going to wait until she brings or until he brings the salt. Then he dips it. And after all these preparations, which it's about close to 3 hours since he opened up his eyes and since the guy in the Sheraton had breakfast in bed, that he could partake of the first morsel in the day. We have to wait. And there are many halachas in the Shulchan Aruch that make us wait long days for certain pleasures that are even permissible for us. A Jew has to wait. Why do we have to wait? Why is Judaism based on waiting? Because the first Aveira was not waiting. The Archaim HaKadosh brings it down from the Kabbalah in the beginning of Parshas Vayechi, that when Hashem declared that you cannot eat from the yesod, it wasn't that they can never eat from the yesod. The yesod wasn't treif. It was a wonderful tree. A tree of being able to discern bein tov v'ra, a tree that's going to give them a higher degree of intellect than they had before. But the yesod was a grapevine. There were grapes there. And what they were supposed to do was squeeze out the grapes and wait until at night another Mauritian should make kiddush over it. He had to wait till Shabbos. Then he would have been able to eat from the yesod, but he didn't wait. He ate on Friday before Shabbos, and he didn't wait to make kiddush. And we somehow try to be mistaken that. On Friday night we come home. There's additional waiting. We say Shalom Aleichem and there's mirais, and we can't taste anything, even a drop of water, until we make kiddush. We have to wait to be mistaken the chet of Adam Rishon who didn't wait and ate before kiddush. He ate from the yesod before kiddush. We have to wait so that was the chet of the yesod. But along came a point in history where the Jewish nation, had an opportunity to be misaking the chet of the yesod, and that was when they were mekabel the torah. If they would have been mekabel the torah on Shavuos on the Har Sinai, and the following 40 days would have had the necessary required behavior, and they would not have erred in these 40 days, they would have reached a point where they would have been misaking the chet of the yesod completely, and death would have been abolished from the world, and it would have been the complete tikkun. But a day before Moshe Rabbeinu came down, they made the egel, the golden calf. And when they sinned by the golden calf, Hashem told them, Ani amarti elikim atam. I thought that you're going to be like malachim. You will never die. Uvnei elyon kulachem. And you're going to be like the heavenly inhabitants. But, achein, alas, ka'adam tamusin, you're going to die like Adam. You spoiled it. So what happened? That brought them to this Aveira. Moshe Rabbeinu told them that he's going to go up for 40 days and be mekabel the entire Torah Shebe'al Peh. And they waited 40 days, and he said he's going to come down at the 6th hour, which means noontime. Vayaram ki b'yishesh Moshe, that Moshe is lingering. They saw that he didn't come down. Actually, Moshe Rabbeinu meant 40 complete days, with the nights, 40 complete days with Leila Ima, including the prior night. But they thought that it's the 40 days start from the day that Moshe Rabbeinu went up to the Har Sinai. And they didn't start counting on the following day, which they were supposed to count. It's not so much their fault. The Satan came and he confused them, and he showed them that Moshe Rabbeinu was dead. You can't blame them too much. But there was an Aveira. What was the Aveira? They didn't wait. That was a rerun of the chet of Adam Rishon. They didn't wait. So therefore, they spoiled the tikkun, because the tikkun is supposed to be to wait. And then they would have had the Zman HaTikkun on the days of Mashiach. And when the time came that the Rebbeinu Shalom wanted to appoint a king, that Mashiach, the one who was going to cure the world from the ailment which the yesod brought, so the Rebbeinu Shalom wanted that Shaul should be the king. But so Shmuel and Navi told them, as the Psukim tell us in the Sefer Shmuel, wait 7 days, and I'm going to come and bring a carbon, and then you're going to fight the Plishtim, and you're going to be Manatzayach, you're going to be victorious. And Shmuel and Shaul saw that the Plishtim are charging, and they're already ready for the attack. So he immediately brought the carbon and didn't wait for Shmuel. And just then Shmuel came and says, why didn't you wait for me? You didn't wait because of that. You can't. You lost your kingdom. Mashiach, the one who is going to be masaking that, won't come out of you. And David the Melech had that same test. And when he went to war with the Plishtim, the Navi told him that he should not attack until he hears the footsteps of the Malachim, of the angels, on the top of the trees. And David HaMelech waited, and the Plishtim came charging, and it was so close to him, he saw the pupils of their eyes already. But he didn't raise a hand, left the sword at his side. Just then he heard the footsteps of the Malachim, and he charged. And therefore he was Zaycha, he waited. So he was Zaycha that from him, Mashiach is going to come out, who is going to cure the world from this ailment which came from not waiting. And this is our tick, and we have to wait for Mashiach. Waiting for Mashiach means waiting for the V'zarakti Aleichem Mayim Tahirem Utahatem Mikotu Maseichem. Waiting for the sprinkling of the parah aduma, when the whole world is going to be sprinkled with parah aduma, and it's going to be purified from the venom of the Nachash who injected death into this world. And that's what really the parshas parah is, to bring life into the world, bring emunah, tahara, belief in Hashem, and the emunah in bias HaMashiach, and waiting for Mashiach. For the benisna seed and the